Good morning to Ms. Crane's class, math class, and we are doing math round the divisor in two-digit division, page 285, 286. The object that we are learning today is rounding the divisor to find the quotient. Rounding the divisor to find the quotient. Now, what is quotient? When you are dividing, there are three things that you need to remember. Number one is a divisor. Divisor is on your left side. Dividend is what is inside the grid. And number three is the quotient, which is on the top. So you're rounding the quotient. Okay? Now let's look at the story problem. Jennifer has 86 cookies to give to children at Vacation Bible School on Monday. If 38 children attend and Jennifer gives each child an equal number of cookies, how many cookies will each child receive? So what is the question asking you to find? How many cookies each child will receive? Number two question, what information is given? There are 86 cookies to be shared by 38 children. So remember the question and what information is given. And let's look at this grid. That means you have to divide the 86 cookies in 38 students. Now we don't know the times table of 38. In the olden times we would, when Miss Crane was small, I would times 38 times 2, 38 times 3. Well, we're not going to do that. We're getting kind of a little smarter now. And so we're going to learn how to round the divisor. How do you solve this division problem? Since there are not enough tens to divide equally into 38 sets, I can rename the 8 tens as 80 ones and add them to 6 ones in the ones place, a total of 86 ones. So I have 86 ones I have to divide by 38. Since 86 is greater than the divisor 38, then 86 can be divided into 38 equal sets. How many digits will be in the quotient? There will be only one digit in the quotient. Where will you write it? I will write it in ones place. So I put this chart up with two problems. Two-digit division, two-digit divisor. Determine the number of digits in the quotient. 38 will go in 86 in the first place, and I will round the divisor to help me figuring out how many numbers will be written on the quotient. So 38, I rounded off to 40. 4 times 2 is 80. So that means, yeah. So round the divisor to help you figure out the quotient. There's another problem at the bottom. 59 has to be divided into, or 346 has to be divided into 59 sets. Now I don't know the table of 59, so I'll round the 59 to 60. And how many 6 are there in 34? Or in, then I'll say 6 times 5. So then I have to write that on the top of 6. Why? Because you are timesing by 59 times 6, so you will have 3-digit as a product. Now a few more examples up here. Look at 38. That was your original 38 children and 86 cookies. So it goes 2 times, and so 38 times 2 is, then you have to multiply by the regular divisor. You cannot use the estimation or the roundup. The 40, you cannot do 40 times 2. You will have to do 38 times 2. 38 times 2 is 76, and then the next step in division is subtract. So 6 minus 6 is 0, 8 minus 7 is 1, and then the answer is 2 with remainder 10. Did you follow? Okay, look at the other problem. 346 divided by 59 sets. 59 you round it off to 60. 6 will go in 34 5 times. So 59 times 5, you got 295. Then you write that underneath 346 minus, and you will get 6 minus 5 is 1. Then you borrow from 3. 14 minus 9 is 5, and 2 minus 2 is a 0. So 5 remainder 51 is your answer in the quotient. So that's the reason you are learning how to round the divisor, to help you figure out the answer. Now look at another one. If you got 562, you're dividing by 73. Now we don't know the table of 73, so we'll round 73 to 70. And then how many 70 times 7 will go how many times in 56? 7 times 8 is 56. So I will times 73 times 8, I got 584. 584 is way bigger than 562. So then I have to adjust to a lower quotient. So instead of using 8, I'm going to use now 7. What is 7 times 73? I got 511. 511. So 562 minus 511. 2 minus 1 is 1. 6 minus 1 is 5. So the quotient is, answer is 7, remainder 51. So you have to learn to adjust a round off divisor if it's giving you a higher product. Okay, so remember this. Okay, let's look at a story problem. Mrs. Field's class, let me adjust my, okay. Mrs. Field's class earned 503 points from a school book club. The books Mr. Field would like to purchase for the class library cost 65 points each. So how many books can he purchase? What is the question asking you to find? How many books Mr. Field can purchase? What information is given? Class earned 503 points. Each book cost 65 points. So you will have to see how many sets of 65 are there in 503. So let's, what problem can you write to solve the problem? 503 divided by 65. Now 65, made a grid, and I put 503 and 65 as a divisor, and I put a 7 times table next to it to figure out how many 7s are there in 50. So first thing you have to do is round off 65 to 70. Then 7 goes in 50. 7 times 7 is 49. So yeah, so it can go 7 times because 49. So I will times 65 times 7, and I got 455. And then what digit will you write in the quotient? 7 up there, and then you'll write 455, and then you'll subtract it. Because 3 is smaller than 5, you'll borrow from 0, but 0 doesn't have, so you borrow from 5. That will become a 10, and then that will become a 9 when it gives 1 to 13. 13 minus 5 is 8. 9 minus 5 is 4. 4 minus 4 is a 0. And if you want to check if the answer is right, add 455 plus 48, the remainder, you get the dividend, 503. And so your answer is right. So the answer is 7, remainder 48. Using this method, you will do page 285 and 286. And if you have any questions, I'll help you at Zoom. Bye. God bless.